So today I'm going to be talking about a geographical landmass that's inside of our planet, which is called a subterranean kingdom that we call the city of Shambhala and Argatha, and how it coincides with the inception of human creation. I'm also going to be talking about the amalgamation of interdimensional and outer dimensional primordial celestial gods that come from a different star system who are called the Anunnaki. Also, going to be talking about the Draconians, the Reptilians, Pleiadians, Nordics, and other grays and other humanoid ETs that come from our Earth and how it correlates to the Great Awakening in the age of Aquarius. What you gotta understand or understand or overstand that none of this shit is gonna make sense to you. Okay? Especially if you've been mentally compromised through a psychological external stimuli, which is a behavioral pattern in your brain by the way of behavioral modification, in which indoctrination by the military industrial complex educational system taught you, because these schools are not going to tell you the truth, period. Church either. And in order to understand the future, we got to know what the fuck was going on in the past. So with all that shit being said, let's get the fuck into it, because I'm sick and tired of keep on fucking explaining this shit to people. So when you're talking about the inception of creation, as far as the planets and celestial bodies and galaxies, Milky Way stars and shit like that, everything in the universe, and I mean everything, started with the Etherian cosmic mother. The Etherian cosmic mother is basically the personification of the creator. So the Etherian cosmic mother produced 9 elemental compounds, which were carbon, lithium, sulfur, helium, hydrogen, exon, argon, radon, and krypton. And those amalgamations of those 9 elemental compounds basically created the manifestation of dark matter, which is melanin. And that melanin gave activation to the prokaryotic cells, and those prokaryotes gave the Etherian cosmic mother to produce those 9 elemental compounds that basically manifested Anu, who is Elio, El, or Allah. Arm, leg, arm, head. That's Anu. So when you're talking about the heavenly one, you're talking about Anu, who is actually the personification of Allah. So when you break down the word Anu, or the root word of Anunnaki, it means those sent by Anu to Ki. Ki meaning Kai, Kai meaning earth. Because we're on Tiamat, on Kai. We're on Tiamat, but this is called Kai, which is earth. The invaders call it earth. So now when you look at the geometrics of the Freemasonic order symbol, which is right under the Kemetic symbol, and you look at the Freemasonic order, the symbol has the eye of Anu, which is their third eye. The eye of Allah. So when you look at the divine declaration at the Moore Science Temple, the eye is always at the top, or is at the top, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of a compass. The geo in geometry means key. So that means that Anu, the heavenly one, is the supreme architect of the universe. So that's where they get that symbolism and all that bullshit from. But when I was talking about those sent by Anu to Ki, you're talking about the Anunnaki gods. I'm talking about these beings who are the representation of the 200 fallen angels, which they are gods, And when you have the 200 fallen angels, they're projected to this planet to jumpstart it, basically jumpstart humanity through a genetic splicing program. So they came here, they were circumnavigating the universe because they were looking for minerals, resources, basically gold, so they could restore the order on their planet because they had a war with the Draconians and the reptilians, right? So they shit was destroyed and it was producing too much photonic energy on their planet. And their planet, where their planet comes from, which is Nibiru, it comes from a 3-sun solar system. So when you're talking about melanated carbon people like me and that looks like me, shit like that, these are our descendants, which they came from a planet which has 3 suns, a red sun, a blue sun, and a yellow sun. And it's a spaceship, so yeah. And those 3 colors, red, yellow, and blue, are the same color spectrum of Superman's garments. So they're basically the emulation of these 3 signs, because how does Superman get his power? He drew his power from the sun. And that's when you see the plasmic energy around his electromagnetic aura. And when you look at the symbolism on his garments, on his chest, the logo of the Superman symbol is basically a pyramid with a serpent in the middle. And in the middle, there's a serpent, basically the personification of your pineal gland, which is your third eye, being activated by the neuromelanin and the carbonated energy, like your kundalini energy, which will rise to your pineal gland. So that's where they get all this symbolism and shit from. Like, I'm not trying to be intrusive or cynical or anything like that, but when you understand genetics intuitively, you'll know where they get these allegorical stories from. And then they put this shit in the movies and in cartoons to have you not thinking. But it's a cosmic law that they have to tell you the truth. They just put it in your faces to keep you from operating outside of your sovereign spiritual capacity. You know what I'm saying? Because the Caucasoids, the Asians, Arabs, Dravidians, and Mexicans, well, all other 6 ether beings only have 2 to 3% melanin, and they cannot activate the 9 ether genetics that we have, which will give them a metaphysical ability to levitate and fly and do all these things that your Marvel characters or your favorite characters be doing, because you have to be carbonated and you have to have neuromelanin. You have to have neuromelanin, and carbon in your skin, all of the genetical properties that will put you into the alignment with the universe, so where you can draw your energy from the source, which is the sun, which makes you a humanoid god. But them races not that. I hate to be the one to tell it to you like this, but yeah, stop playing with me.